What David was doing in private displayed itself in public when he needed it in that valley. So what do you mean by that? It's like this. When David was in his private place, praising and seeking the Lord, he was in private fighting lions, fighting bears, and he was winning. And then what he did in private, in a valley, the God was glorified of what he had done through David. Okay? And see, nobody took David seriously until the valley came and he showed up what God has done in his life. Check that out. So what we do in private, and what we do in our daily walk, continuing to seek God, listen to God, and walk with God and allow him to do things. When we get into our valley, God's going to show up and he's going to be glorified. See, nobody took David seriously that he was going to be king. No one really took it seriously. Saul didn't even know. But the day that they were in that valley and that what he did in private showed up publicly. I hope you're getting this. Showed up publicly. Then from that day forward, they knew who David was going to be. They knew what David was about, and they knew who was in David. They knew what power David held. Not because David held any power, but the power of God was then manifested and came to the forefront. But what I'm trying to teach you and preach to you is it's in those valleys. You don't know when you're going to get into a valley. You don't know when you're going to get into a situation. And that's why we have to every day privately be practicing, meditating, seeking, surrendering, and doing the things of the Lord, so that when we get into that valley, that the things that we did in private naturally come out in that valley, and then we can rise up out of that valley. Though we walk, and this is David's words from a psalm that he gave. Though I walk through the valley of the shadows of death. Though I walk through the valley. He walks through valleys. He sees shadows of death. He sees shadows of doubt. He sees shadows of big things coming. But because of what he does in his private place, in his daily life, see, what the valley's going to do is it's going to either expose what you ain't been doing or what you've been doing. That's what a valley's going to do for you. The valley's going to expose what you've been doing or what you ain't been doing. But the valley's there to sharpen you. And it's okay if you make a mistake in the valley, and the valley can teach you.